There, I'm Annie Sally. I'm 58 years old. I'm a wife, a mother, an author, life coach, Christian counselor, entrepreneurial, and I'm also the founder of the Wake Up Call radio and television network. Well, I'm a firm believer that God can use anyone, and it's His desire to use us all. So whatever you're going through, God can use that to bring glory to His kingdom and to help someone else along the way. Well, I'm here to share my journey of sarcoidosis. Sounds weird, right? That's how I felt. Sarcoidosis. I was diagnosed over 30 years ago. My journey started around 25. I had severe chest pains. I had severe abdominal cramping when pain would be so horrific. All of the churning and all of the cramping, um, and the vomiting. So many nights I would end up going to the emergency room for comfort and to try to find a diagnose what is going on with me at such an early age. Well, they diagnosed me with IBS. They diagnosed me with acid reflux disease. They gave me antibiotics. They gave me injections. They gave me medication, and it would reside just for a brief. My eyes would get really red and really sensitive to light. It was hard to go outside. It was hard to stay inside with the light on because it was so painful. Little did I know I had sarcoidosis, pulmonary sarcoidosis, which is an autoimmune disease. It has no etiology. It has no cure. It's just something that developed in some of us. And during this time, I decided I was going to be an advocate, be my advocate, and find out what was going on with me. So I would go to different specialists, and they would run tests, and they couldn't diagnose what was going on with me. Therefore, I was talking to a friend, and she mentioned something similar that her mom was going through, and she gave me this doctor's name, and I made an appointment to the rheumatologist, and I went over to see him. And just looking at me, he said, "You have sarcoidosis." I could tell with the shortness of breath. That wasn't good enough. He needed to do a biopsy and x-rays just to confirm his diagnosis. And he did so. And then he started to treat me, but I needed other specialists, such as a pulmonologist, and also need an ophthalmologist because of the scar tissues in my eyes, and I need a pulmonologist because of the severe scar tissue in my lungs. And so after going to the pulmonologist, I found out that I had 80% function in one lung and 20 in the other. So severe shortness of breath is something I live with day to day. And I wanted to share my story because nationwide, I think it's only 200,000 that are actually that have been diagnosed with this disease. However, it is believed that there are many more that are undiagnosed. And I just want to share my story, and hopefully by hearing my story, if you're going through similar situations, you would reach out and, to get a diagnosis. But some of the areas, sarcoidosis can affect any organ in your body. And without treatment, it run havoc. It can run havoc through your body to other. So the sarcoidosis affect my lungs, such as I just mentioned, my eyes, scar tissue, my skin, rashes and granulosis, weakness in the joints, um, joint pain. I've developed osteoarthritis from it, night sweats, and severe severe weakness from time to time. And also depression and anxiety. All of these are symptoms of sarcoidosis. However, it's manageable. There's no cure, but it's manageable. And some of the stressors or triggers to this disease is overexerting yourself. Some of the other triggers are stress. So you have to really, really be careful. And then there are certain foods that are good for you and certain that just irritate and causes inflammation even the more. So I just stopped in to share my story. I will continue to share my journey now that I'm compelled to do so, because if I can help one person put a smile on their face, one person find the correct diagnosis, one person to motivate through all that I go through on a daily basis, then I will have done what God has called me to do. So that's my story. Sarcoidosis for 31 years. All of the ups and downs, trying to raise my young family, trying to be there for a brand new husband throughout our marriage. I had this to deal with and still have it. And I'm doing those things that God has called me to do. It's encouraging and it motivates me through all that I go through. And remember, it will motivate you too. So find out what's going on, go get diagnosed, and find out what you can do to live a productive life, because the sarcoidosis can strip you quality of life. You know, I feel as though I've been sidelined a little bit, but I'm still in the game because I motivate myself, I encourage myself, and I keep it going, you know, and I encourage others. That's my gift. That's what I'm called to do. And I refuse to give up. I refuse to stop. And don't you stop. Continue to move on. God bless you. Please share.